Hello, and welcome to Financial Fluence, where we'll teach you the most up-to-date strategies and tricks for making money online. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to be notified every time a new video is uploaded. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. In this video, we'll talk about the quickest method of debt repayment. We're going to start this video with some scary data, so be aware. The average US debt is $38,000. The average credit card balance is $6,700. Almost 70% of student loan borrowers graduate with an average debt burden of $29,000. Here's how to pay off personal debt swiftly and painlessly. I'm not talking about your 30-year 3% mortgage on a rental property or your 2% auto loan, while your investments are making 10%. Instead, I'm referring to personal debts that make your life miserable and cost you more money than necessary. I'm talking about unnecessary credit card, auto, personal, and student loan debt. Any non-profitable debt should be paid off as quickly as possible. Here are 7 basic steps to follow. Number 1. Understand your debt. First, identify your debt type. I suspect most people in debt don't realize how much they owe or how much interest they're paying. It's important to review your finances to face this head on. Therefore, start by making a list of every loan you have. Add the total amount you owe on each debt, as well as the interest rate that each debt is costing you. It's crucial to recognize that wherever you are right now will be your beginning point, and that everything else will only get better with time. This is not something to disregard. It's nothing to be afraid of looking at, and it's certainly nothing to be ashamed of. Just consider the fact that if you begin doing this today will be the very worst thing that can happen. Nevertheless, as time goes on, things will gradually improve and the balance will be reduced. So simply go ahead and do this, since failing to do so will be similar to navigating traffic while wearing blinders. Number 2. Monitor your spending. Once you know how much you owe and how much interest you're paying, track your spending for the next month. You must know to the cent how much money enters and leaves your account. Most people don't know where their monthly money goes or how much they spend, like going to lunch with your coworkers for $15 for that Chipotle steak bowl or that $5 cappuccino you bought. At the moment, $10 charges here and there don't seem like a huge problem. But when they add up, you realize you've been overspending on unnecessary things. Tracking your expenses will help you see the cumulative consequences of your spending and where your money goes without you realizing it. Number 3. Make a list. After that, list all your expenses. The first is a need-to-spend list. The second is a want-to-spend list. The need-to-spend list includes essentials like food, housing, insurance, and more. This is about determining how much money you need each month to exist. The other column is your want-to-spend list. This may be going to TGI Fridays with pals, buying an exorbitant cup of coffee, or attending a pricey movie. This column should truly be anything you want to do, but if you don't do it, it won't completely ruin your life. After this, it'll be exciting. You'll use that list to save money and pay off debt. Number 4. Cut stuff out of your want-to-spend list. Step 4 is the hardest, but we'll have to do it. Cut out everything you don't need to spend money on from this list. If you're in debt, cut back on luxury until you're fully paid. You can still go to TGI Fridays with your buddies, but you don't have to order anything to save money. You can prepare coffee at home for 20 cents instead of buying a $5 Frappuccino at Starbucks. You can generally minimize your spending list by eliminating items or choosing cheaper alternatives. I propose selling everything you don't use or that costs too much. You might sell an automobile you don't need to save money, or switch to a cheaper model, or consider a payment plan for something you're not using much. Instead of wasting money, cut your losses. This step involves decreasing expenditure to the bare minimum and saving the money to pay off debt. Number 5. Consolidation. Depending on your debt and interest rate, debt consolidation may help you save money. Let's imagine you have 4 credit cards, a personal loan, and $35,000 in debt with a 25% average interest rate. Instead of paying 5 loans with 5 separate interest rates, you can consolidate them into one with a reduced rate. You now have one loan with a lower interest rate, saving you money. If you have a lot of credit card debt and can't consolidate, a balance transfer to a zero-interest card may save you money on interest. Usually, there's a 3% balance transfer fee, but that's less than a 27% interest rate on another card. Personal loans normally have a cheaper interest rate than credit cards, so using one to pay off your credit cards could save you money. Be prudent. Don't seek a personal loan to buy a Ford Mustang GT instead of paying off bills. If you're paying off debt and saving money, don't do anything silly. Unless you're responsible, don't do it. Number 6. Debt payoff. You can pay off debt in 2 ways. Dave Ramsey popularized the snowball method. This strategy involves paying down the smaller balances first, and then the largest. Dave Ramsey recommends paying off the smallest bills first, because it gives you the mental boost you need to stick with it long term. By paying off lesser accounts first, you will have sufficient cash to pay down higher balances without a monthly payment. This argument has merit, no doubt, and I have a hunch that, psychologically speaking, this is probably the wisest course of action for the majority of individuals. However, compared to the second way, known as the avalanche method, this method typically ends up statistically costing you more money. You organize your loans from the highest interest rate first to the lowest interest rate last, rather than by total balance. By doing this, you can make sure that you're using your money in a way that will result in long-term savings for you. The disadvantage of not necessarily paying off the lesser sums first is that you won't experience the psychological lift. But mathematically speaking, this should wind up saving you the most money. Number 7. Make more money. If you've cut down as much as possible and are living on the bare essentials, but still aren't making enough money to pay off your debt, you need to make more money by getting a second job, a second business, or working longer hours. Even if you have to work overtime, nights, or a second job, it will be worth it in the long run. Until then, you should put every spare dollar you have toward paying off your debt. And really, you need to be doing this consistently with everything. I frequently mention this in my videos, and it's really true. If you do this for a short period of time before stopping, it won't help you and you'll just be wasting your time. If you are sincere about changing your life and paying off your debt, you must persevere and make this a top priority until all of your debt is paid off. And that's all. If you enjoy similar stuff, check out my other videos. And if you like it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.